what did your own doctor said about the show and you and your character?
Oh, you know what? I swear this is true. I'm actually off to see the doctor today. My doctor today. So I'll be sure to ask it. Nothing serious. I'm just getting some travel vaccinations. I'm off to India, so I just want to make sure I'm all up to speed. It's always good to get across that.
So who did you base him on then? Is there somebody that you say, oh, this is just like so and so?
Well, I have to say, I'm very, very good friends with a guy I went to school with who's an orthopedic surgeon, and I have told him that he has provided a great deal of inspiration for Bruce.
And
So there's a bit of that, but you know, there's a lot of sort of different characters from different things that I've stolen little bits from to kind of piece together what has become Bruce.
being back in this kind of mockumentary world, is it
Yeah.
fun, easy, different? How do you compare it to the other things you do?
I've never done anything quite like it before. The idea of not just this sort of fly on the wall thing, but the idea that there is a real documentary crew in the hospital recording, and so not looking down the barrel of the camera, hearing the documentary team off camera ask certain questions, and they become a sort of an additional character in the ensemble in some ways. Yeah, it was definitely a new skill that I had to train myself to look at the camera because my entire career I've been told to do kind of the opposite. Yeah.
Was there ever a time when they said, well, you can be Australian in this? You don't have to have an
No,
American accent.
no, they never mentioned that. I'm glad they didn't, to be honest. I quite like being, as far away from me as possible. But I expect if Bruce ever does have to do an Australian accent, he'd be quite bad at it. So I'm looking forward to the day where I get to do a bad Australian accent.
He'll have a patient who happens to be Australian, and he'll think he can bond a little better with that person, right?
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
tell me the thing about Australian actors. Does everybody do everything? Because it seems like we get a lot of people over here who not only write things, they direct them, they produce them. They're really these multi-hyphenates, or is that the way the business is set up there that you really have to do that?
Yeah, I think it's more the latter, as you say. It's that the industry is small, and in order to kind of keep creatively active, you really are left very little choice but to do your own things. To find people and do co-op theatre or to write theatre or to write short films and stuff. And that, yeah, that's always been a very Australian part of the industry as we muck in. It's not so departmentalized as it is in the States, and particularly indie films, of which I've done an awful lot. There is a real kind of camaraderie where we're all in this together, whether you're in front of or behind the camera.
When you were nominated for an Oscar, then was that a game changer for you? Did that say, I'm going to try something else or I'm going to do something else or what?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly wasn't a game changer for my career. And I don't know if any of us expected that it would be, but it was a highlight of my career, an amazing experience. Something I was awfully proud of. But, yeah, to answer your question, I think as I get older, I fall more and more in love with creating my own stuff. I think, the more life you live, the more you feel like you have something to say about life, about the human condition, you know.
So doing something like this then, is this just a walk in the park because somebody else is pulling the string?
It's certainly easier than writing directing. There's no question of that. I mean, writing directing is a million times harder than just acting, but it probably allows me to, yeah, to explore this character more because I know that I can creatively express myself in other ways after the job. So yeah, it does sort of liberate me in a way, and I felt very focused on this job while I was shooting. And often my scattered brain, I'm always looking for the next branch to grab onto. This wasn't the case, when shooting St. Denis. I was really, really focused singularly on each day as it came. I wasn't thinking about the next thing.
Well, thank you so much. And you're my favorite Bruce on TV, so just know we're good
Well,
there.
you are my favorite Bruce that has ever interviewed me.
Then
So
we're
the
good.
feeling's
We're
mutual.
good, right?
We're done. Yeah.
Have a safe trip and a great holiday season as well.
Thank you so very much. And congratulations on your Oscar, I see.
You see,
Uh,
a
it's
Lego
beautiful.
Oscar.
Well,
That's as good as
Oscar,
it
even
gets.
better.
That's as good as it gets. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
See you, Bruce.